When customers ask me to create their dashboards or infographics, they always ask the question to have this color coding indicators or traffic lights to indicate the trends in their KPIs. And of course in Lumira there's a little trick how to do it. So what I typically do is that I create a cross tab and set up my exceptional highlighting, because the exceptional highlighting is the key to create these trending indicators. And if you then change the chart into using your color coding and your exceptional highlighting, you can create the trend indicators that you wish. Well, I will show you a little bit with a practical example on how I do that. A more creative step that you have to go through is to find on the web a nice picture where you can more or less embed your chart, your color-coded chart in. Well, let's see how I do that, and I hope it will help you. Some other best practices that I always use creating infographics or dashboards are the following. I just give you a few of the tips. Number one, always start with a landing page. So my typically first page of a storyboard is always a blank page with a nice picture, and I use vector diagram pictures or small icons that I put on the landing page, and I put a hyperlink on it guiding the user to the specific section of my storyboard. So the landing page is a good way of creating some kind of navigation in your storyboard. The second tip I give you, and based on my own experience, try to, in terms of using a font type, try to avoid bold. If you use bold, it tends to look a little bit classic and overdone. So avoid the bold font types and just use normal font type. In terms of color for your font, never use black. But use a little bit more darkened gray that makes it look more modern. And the font type I tend to use is trebuchet, which is a very modern look and gives you the feeling that we, for example, also see in the Fiori type applications. Third tip that I can give you: if you create a page in your storyboard with KPIs or trending indicators, limit your color coding to 2-3 colors, but not too much. If you can, preferably one color. If you do the trending indicators, 2 or 3 colors, that's it. And don't take the very hard colors, but try to soften them a little bit, combined with the tip about the font. This will give you a way more modern look. My fourth tip is that I always try to avoid to put too many graphs on one page. You preferably have a bigger chart, one bigger chart on a page than a lot smaller ones, because the end user simply cannot digest all that information. If you have to use more graphs on one page, use the scrolling option and put them beneath each other instead of putting them next to each other. Well, I hope these tips are help you, and you can see a few of the tips applied in the demo that follows up over here.